what's up, everybody? You are tuning into the very, very first episode of Women with Beauty and Brains. Can we just cheers to that? Cheers to that. And I'm your host, Janice Boy, and today I have the privilege of being with two very beautiful women that I care about so much, Victoria and Jessica. Our first conversation today is going to be about being happily divorced. Yes, I said happily divorced. So you know what? Let's get straight into it. Would you say this caused the divorce in my relationship? This is what caused it.
We were a mess. We helped each other get where we had to go, but that wasn't my ending. Like, I knew, like, that wasn't, I'm going, like, above and beyond, and, like, he wasn't meant to go with me. No, actually, Jessica asking the same question. What was that thing? This is what caused my divorce.
Mine is kind of crazy. Mine wasn't like, oh, let's have a conversation. It's going in different directions. It was more like, one night he was like, I don't think I could be faithful.
Oh my. Wait, did you catch him being unfaithful?
No.
It was, and how long was this after you guys had got married that he said?
A week before our 1 year anniversary.
Oh my god.
We were in bed, and he was like, I don't know if I could do this. He was like, I don't want us to break up. He's like, I want us to stay married. He's like, I just want to be able to do whatever I want to do out there.
So was you
So
with,
what was
like,
your,
is that okay?
what was your reaction? Yeah, what was, like, after me,
you have somebody else?
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the thing.
Was it an
I'm
open
gonna have to just like hold up a second. It was not an open relationship.
I know, I don't want anybody else. And why are you
Take
with
the
somebody
fur
else?
off.
It was not. I'm a Latina. It was not an open relationship.
It was hard. It was.
Yeah.
Hard is like an understatement, right? It was devastating. But at that moment, when we were in bed, and he first made that first comment, you're kind of in shock.
At that moment, for both of you, actually, first Jessica, then Victoria. At that moment, when you knew that your marriage that you had since you were 18, and you had for coming up to 1 year, how at that moment, what are you thinking when you knew, like, okay, this is possibly the end? What were you thinking?
Well, for me, it wasn't possibly the end. It was more like it was over. The moment he said that to me, for me, that's a deal breaker.
I was more valuable than he was in my relationship. He didn't give me what I can give me. So I was so happy
that's deep.
because I realized that through his absence, I regained a new perspective of myself. You know what I mean?
Wow,
You totally
that's
find
so
yourself. You
deep.
totally find
And it's
yourself.
just like you don't realize how much you compromise in your life. Like us as humans, if you have a best friend when you're like 10 and you're hanging out with your best friend every single fucking day, you and your best friend start to take on each other's personalities. Now imagine that with a relationship. Imagine being with someone who's toxic to your life. They're pulling you down while you're trying to go up. You're staying in the middle. But once you let go of that, you soar. Like, and after him and I, immediately, it was like somebody took a fucking weight off of my chest and was like, boom! And that's
Woo! Y'all just
Yeah.
said some real
I'm
shit,
done.
honest. Y'all really said some real shit. Both of you, what advice would you give to someone like me, myself, and like a lot of people in the audience?
Woo.
What would you give to a young woman who one day wants to be married? What advice would you have for me going through marriage and then going through a divorce as well?
live the way that you feel that you are happy. People don't do things that make them happy. They do things that other people admire.
Oh, that's deep right
And
there.
that doesn't fulfill you. The only thing it does is make you weaker. Because you're here expending all your time trying to impress other people while you don't even have the recognition you need homeboy ain't treating you right, he ain't doing you right. Y'all look good on Instagram, but real time, y'all look weak.
Wow.
And
That's
that
real.
takes a toll on your friendships, your life, your relationship, your spending,
Your self-esteem,
your
your own
self-esteem,
Yeah.
your dressing, your grooming, like everything you do in life. Focus. My advice is to focus on yourself first and find someone who loves you unconditionally.
That's
like where you have no doubt that like they're into you. They're locked into everything you say and do in life.
So focus on
Yourself.
I think the main piece of advice that I would give someone, especially, a young woman, a young girl, is to find yourself, like she said, but to really just find that love that you're looking for outside of yourself. Find it within yourself. Find it in your passions. You have to be able, and it's like it goes back to that whole thing. It's really, you have to be able to have an amazing relationship with yourself. You have to feel really great alone, hanging out with yourself.
you preaching,
understand?
because I'm going through that right now.
You need to be able to feel good by yourself. If you're alone at home by yourself and you don't feel good, then that's the relationship you need to work on.
Woo!
Yeah.
How did you find and get your happy back? Or how are you getting your happy back?
I realized that getting my happy back was all about investing in what I thought would make me happy, what makes me happy. Like
You invested into what
you
makes you
have to put everything you want into what you want to come out of it.
And do you feel happy?
I'm so
So
happy.
you're happily divorced.
I'm so happy.
Jessica, how did you
So
find, or how, because you look happy. Both of y'all look beautiful,
yourself.
radiant, and happy. How did you get your happy back?
Just by what I said before. I found that love within myself.
Wow.
I just love myself. I don't need anyone to love me for me to feel validated. I truly love myself. And there are so many different things, obviously. But I think when it all boils down to it is loving yourself.
Thank you to my audience for tuning into the very, very first episode of Women with Beauty and Brains, and our first conversation being happily divorced with two very beautiful, look at them, beautiful and gorgeous women, Victoria and Jessica. I love you both so very much. I have been your host, Johnny's Boy, and we're cheersing. Peace and love. Until next time,
And
we'll see
eternity.
and eternity. Until next time.